Alright everyone, Grant, also known as Humble Assassin, and we are back with some more Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But before we get into this video, while I was doing some exploring, I found another cultist, so we're going to check that out right now. Oh, there he is. Whoa, who's the woman? Oh my god. Oh my god.
You deserve that.
Ooh, guys. We just took out cultists. Zoizmi. What was known of Zoizmi the Mad was only legend. Told him on the peasants and drunkards of Phokis. One went that she tied priests who opposed her to trees and left them to be fed upon by werewolves. Another said that she slept in the dens of bears, emerging only to snatch pilgrims to the oracle for supper. All of these were sacrificed to Cosmos, whose appetite for flesh was never sated. Dang. You dead now. Oh hey guys, didn't know you were back. So yeah, as you could just seen, we took out the cultist Zoizmi, just while I was doing a little bit of exploring. So yeah, if I ever come across a cultist while I'm exploring, I'll make sure I add it into the main story, just because I want to make sure you guys do get to see all of the cultists. If you don't want to watch the any of the other side videos and you just wanted to watch the main story, I'll make sure they are in here. But if you do want to check out the rest of that video, that would be in my exploring video of Malice. If you want to check that out, you guys now know which video to go check out. But yeah, we're back on the main quest again. We're going to be doing Ostracized, another little mission from Periculus. Probably didn't say his name right, but oh well, whatever that guy's called.
Let's go.
That's the workshop that guy was at. So many question marks here. So what are you gonna do? Nearly there. There you go. What are you doing? You trip on a rock? Hey.
You must be the one Pericles sent.
Ah, Pericles.
I am. He said there was an ostracism vote, but didn't tell me what I'm here to do.
Of course he didn't. That's what I'm for.
Oh.
If someone is exiled, can they return?
If they do, they'll be punished.
What does someone have to do to be ostracized?
Anyone seen as a threat to the city or the people is enough. And then it is up to the vote. Some have been ostracized for simply being more disliked than the person they're up against.
What's my role in this?
The votes have already been cast. We don't have long before they're counted. Take the Ostraka in this bag and exchange them with the ones currently under guard.
You want me to rig the ostracism?
Pericles does. And he has his reasons, I'm sure. Bring me the bag you took from the room and I'll take care of the rest.
No one will see me go in or out. Stay here.
Okay. Freak Ostraka. Realistically, I guess we would do this without taking anyone out.
Goods from all over the Greek world.
Laid down. I think it's through the
You
fort.
wouldn't think the city was besieged by an army of Spartans.
I just feel like we're more working with the Alexandrians than the Spartans.
have a problem?
No, I'm good.
Hey, you!
There's definitely something there.
Alloy replace. Oh.
Get up!
Dang it.
Aha!
No choice. Oh, what made him climb over the buildings? Must have just have had a hunch. So I may as well run wild. Oh. I thought he did burn them. Hell.
Now, what was that?
Hey. Oh, that's weird.
Could have sworn I saw something.
He's too tough for me to take out.
For honor!
Oh, he saw me. Hey, bro.
You there!
Come in.
I see her!
Why is he not coming? It's up to him. Oh! How did he dodge me when he backed into a corner? That was crazy!
That should do it. I should let Pericles' contact know.
Not exactly very subtle, but I got the job done. Right? Guys? Right? No? Okay. Everyone that saw me has been taken care of.
It's done.
You work quickly.
What are you going to do with them?
Dump them in a well. Ah, it looks like the official has arrived.
I apologize for the delay. There was evidence someone attempted to tamper with the votes. Don't worry. The Ostraka are all accounted for. The votes were counted, and Anaxagoras is to be ostracized.
So that's what they wanted?
Be slow to fall into friendship, but once you do, continue firm and constant. It will be more difficult for me now that
Socrates.
Anaxagoras must
Ooh.
leave Athens. We were quite close, although he and Pericles were much closer. It's strange, Pericles wasn't here today to defend him.
Would Pericles normally defend someone?
A good friend? Of course. Yet, Anaxagoras seems pleased with the result. This day has brought more questions than answers.
You said you were close.
He was like a mentor to me. Many of my best thoughts came to fruition through our conversations.
Who are you?
Ask anyone and they'll tell you Socrates. But a name gives you nothing. Our actions determine who we are, and every action has its pleasures and its price. With that said, then, who do you claim to be?
My name is Kassandra.
And still, I don't feel I know you. Perhaps I can find out who you are a different way.
You want to know me?
Knowledge is the one good in this world. Surely you agree?
Of course. Knowledge drives everything I do.
Then we are the same in that way.
Knowledge of when to attack, what weapon to use, or when to use reason instead of violence.
We seem to put our love of knowledge into practice quite differently.
I use it how I need to.
You are clearly someone who would do whatever you feel is necessary. Perhaps for drachmi, or maybe to further a personal goal.
That describes a lot of people.
I suppose I'm curious why you did it. How could I not be when you're the reason my friend is being forced to leave the only home he's ever known?
I think you have the wrong person.
You are claiming that you're the wrong person? Life's one true happiness is knowing yourself.
Even if I did know who rigged the ostracism vote, I wouldn't tell you.
And yet, I never said anyone rigged anything.
He got me.
Socrates, there you are.
Here I am.
You're late. They're all waiting for you.
I wish to see Anaxagoras' fate, and so I have. Tell them I'm on my way. Well, it seemed our conversation is at its end. Although I hope it isn't the final one we have.
I wouldn't know. That's everything Pericles wanted.
Oh.
Time to return to him and find out.
Oh, why have I gone down and tracking me? No, 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 no. I didn't like that.
Opinions know about my mother.
Okay. Why do you run from me, horse? Prison. Oh. No good place to be. Don't want to find myself in there.
We'll be watching you, Miss Dios. At least give them a welcome.
Great.
Cassandra,
Oh
it's
my
you!
god, hey!
Phoebe.
You, what you doing there?
You said you weren't coming back to Kefalonia, so I decided to leave too.
Really?
I said I wouldn't be coming back. But I don't remember saying you should leave.
Well, here I am.
Well, at least she's safe and not ill.
How did you even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmi working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
Okay, come on.
Phoebe.
Spit it
I
up.
needed
What
a
happened?
drachmi for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait
You
any longer.
stowed away, didn't
So
you?
I sneaked on a ship. Don't worry, nobody saw.
I just can't believe you made it.
I don't remember much of Athens from when I was a baby. But every once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
I can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
Huh?
So you somehow work here. For Pericles.
No, for Aspasia.
Who?
I don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my weapons?
Don't worry, I'll take care of them. You don't want to scare people in there.
Well... How is it you're working for Aspasia?
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That was lucky. I
Come
think I'm
on,
ready
let's
to
do
go
it.
in.
You can't.
What?
Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
Okay.
I'll get changed. Promise you'll take care of my things?
Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
We're still outside, aren't we? And I have a changing room.
I feel
Oh.
uncomfortable in this.
Now you look like everyone else.
Great.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry. You've done scarier things than this.
I'm struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry and go in. Oh, and don't leave without saying bye. You just got here. You can't leave already.
Hi.
Here, Cassandra. The mighty mercenary and traveler has finally made her grand entrance. Only slightly late, too.
Herodotus! Athenians have no problem letting me know when I'm not welcome. It's a relief to see your friendly face.
Don't let the company here tonight intimidate you.
I won't.
Yeah, I didn't think we'll have a problem.
Pericles is no king. He needs these guests to love him so that the people love him. And they, in turn, need Pericles. You're no different from any of them.
Do you really think these people will help me?
They will if you get them to trust you. And you've wisely dressed for the occasion. Appearing trustworthy is the most important part of being trusted, after all.
Appearing.
Now, come, let me
Keyword.
introduce you to everyone.
Okay.
They may not look it, but this group holds the way to the future on the tip of their opinionated tongues. Ah, Sophocles and Euripides, for example. Two of the most celebrated playwrights to date. No one can throw stones as far as they can. They appear to be locked in some kind of intellectual struggle, as is their way.
He's a writer of comedies, of all things. Comedies, Euripides.
Man, that dude's got some skinny arms. That was a bit fake.
I've heard of Sophocles. In my line of work, it pays to know who the richest and most famous men are.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies. You should drink more. Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more notice
Yeah,
than
he
his
seems
works.
a little bit
However, The fellow beside him,
Untrustworthy.
Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
He had words.
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in the door.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an ape is Thrasymachos. If you listen closely, you'll notice he and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. But the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to critique.
That isn't at all what I mean.
Where is Pericles?
Oh, he never attends his own parties.
Hey.
Which reminds me, there's something I need to get his help with.
Vile Socrates,
What the hell is that?
always appearing where I least expect him. Warrior, protect me from his amorous gaze. Oh, Alcibiades, this is not a time for jealousy, but for love.
Don't touch me, you creepy drunk weirdo.
Let's not use Alcibiades as an example. Be good and don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a Mystios like you think of a party like this?
This is going to be a long night. Party should be about vomiting up blood, not vomiting up poetry. These people are so clean.
If these guests aren't to your own unique tastes, then just focus on why you came here in the first place.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Pericles is here somewhere, and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your brother said.
Agreed. Pericles needs to know. I'll stay here and look for clues.
Yeah, I can handle
hope they know
myself.
something about your mother.
Yeah, hopefully. Time to mingle. Who wants to talk to me first, huh? Hello. You guys talk? No? Okay. Hey!
Of course, I only use the terms war or God or civility in the context of what can be observed. So I can observe soldiers fighting, but does that bring me any closer to understanding war? I haven't seen you around before, citizen. Perhaps you'd like to spare me conversing with this man of nonsense?
Sure.
Sure, we can talk. What about?
Before Protagoras changed the subject, we were talking about the next great leader of Athens, Cleon.
Who?
I'll change the subject again. I'm looking for someone.
Yeah.
A Spartan woman.
Spartan? Hopefully she's dead in the gutters. It's better than those mongrels deserve.
Oh.
I wonder, if you found the woman, even if you saw her with your own eyes, would you believe her existence to be true?
This is getting nowhere. Forget it.
If you don't want to discuss that, then what?
If you're an ally of Cleon, why would Pericles invite you?
You're not from Athens, outsider. Here, we keep our enemies closest of all.
Not bad advice, though.
Why isn't Aspasia here?
Can you be certain she isn't? To observe her presence is still no guarantee that she is here. In my opinion, it's just like her to cower in the shadows while we stand out here in the light.
This has been useless. Here.
You're back.
Why isn't Aspasia here?
Ah,
Can you be certain she
Sorry,
is
guys.
in my...
If you're an ally of...
You're not from...
This...
I was pointless. Anyone got decent information for me?
And so it isn't the rich and powerful, but the gods who are the source of justice?
What? No!